and then having this incredible experience of him walking right into 10 yards and pulling off an incredibly difficult shot. As a sportsman, you can't ask for anything better.
Yes, son. What is your idea of a shooter buck?
Call a shooter buck. You want to start this one off?
Shooter buck. All right.
So a shooter buck.
I'm browning down. If it's a legal deer,
Like if I can get the 4.5-year-old or better, 100 inches or better, like that's where my mind's at going into the season.
Unless it's a giant 720 plus, usually 8 or better.
Wouldn't know. Never
Yeah.
shot one.
Like breaks the scalp.
listen, man, you can't eat the tags. I'm not going home empty-handed.
Small 6 or, a 2.5-year-old that's probably not my shooter buck.
Marshall, what do you think? Had a nice buck come in the other night on camera. Been using a Signal 11 wet spot. Scrape igniter. And he went right to that scrape. So I'm waiting for him to come back out. Hopefully he shows up later on tonight.
I think it was like July maybe. Got the first glimpse of this phenomenal buck. Something that as we're checking the cameras around here, we don't see all the time. And it was immediately like, man, he's on here and I've got multiple pictures of him. This is the one. I've got to hope that he's still here come bow season. And if he is, this is the buck. It'd be the biggest buck I've ever shot in my life.
How did this buck get his name?
I'm sitting there and I can hear, I hear something. I'm like, what? And I realize that's somebody screaming. And I listen closer and I hear a lady yelling for help. And multiple times, help, help. And screams. And I'm like, what? Okay, hold on a second. This is bad. There's something's going on. So I jump down out of the tree. I run out of the woods. I'm running down the street, and this is probably, I don't know, 300-400 yards. And there's a lady on her front porch, hunched over, and she is just screaming. And to kind of condense this a little bit, call 911. Turns out she had a pacemaker, and her pacemaker was malfunctioning, right? So all this kind of settle, get her in the ambulance, and I can go back in the woods for a few minutes. And from there on, the other sequences that followed, it was just this up and down, up and down, up and down of a season. And then also the way he came in and how it all unfolded, and the fact that it was a heart shot, just Pacemaker seemed to fit.
I think we might have to change tactics for the afternoon and go somewhere else, because this is just not our happy place.
Get into this thick stuff over here and you can't even hardly get a shot. But where I saw that buck last night was down this way. So I'm gonna get down there a little bit and I'll be able to shoot back up into this area over here. There's a bunch of rubs on the other side. So hopefully I'll get set up where I can shoot down further where that buck was crossing last night, where a 4-pointer came up in this way behind me, and I'm hoping that that may be the choke point for the movement coming up out of the swamp. Oh, I got him. Oh, I got him. Oh, I got him. Oh, I fucking got him. That's a big one, man. That's a big one I've been after. Oh, man. The two of them does been bugging me for a week. And she brought him right in.
Expected.
It's right there. Oh, that thing's hurting you still.
Such a beautiful buck. I called my brother, and my brother was close enough that he came out and helped me recover this. And you know, that you put so much work into this. You know, for any of you guys out there that really love this, you put in the time during the summer, the off season, and then you actually have the opportunity to shoot the animal that you're after. Just that those moments as you're trying to take down your stand, gather yourself, you wait for my brother. You know, I'm going from these highs to these moments where you're in tears, you know, and I have video of it. I got no shame in sharing it. It's overwhelming, you know, especially when it's the biggest animal I've ever shot.
Oh shit, he is right there. Right up here. goodness. Look at this thing. Well, I think it is him. Oh. That's him. It is him. Oh, it is him. Oh, man. Oh, look at that guy. He only had the one brow and a couple little funky things over here, and he never gave us a really good look at him on camera. I got the side view of him. Boy, that is a nice, heavy Sullivan County buck. Oh my goodness, look at how big he is. Oh. Think he's gonna fit?
You know, to say that 2022 might be our best year yet is an understatement.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, just every area we hunt, our picks have been just throwing up absolute fire stud bucks.
Right by the house, I've got a giant, it looks like a 7-pointer. I've had him on camera the past couple years. He looks really good this year. He's kind of at the top of the list. And there's one or two other bucks in that area that they're on the edge. You know, they're borderline. I'd prefer not to shoot them this year, but if they're standing there come late in the season, it might be hard not to pull the trigger.
I'm like a ping pong ball because I don't have a fucking piece of property. Just bounce back and forth, get nothing.
I expect us to go 4 for 4 for this year.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the patterning of the deer right now, obviously, it's hard to tell.
It's definitely going to be something. I'm already excited to get out there.
Yeah.
What do we got? 5 weeks? 5 weeks of 2022 season?
Yeah.
So, it's fun.
Hey, man, they're done.